Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, welcome to the auction of 6 Edinburgh Street in central Box South. For those of you who don't know me, Chen is my name, also the listing agent alongside Chen, who has been working tirelessly throughout the entire campaign. We also have my colleagues here today, Demi, Yang, here to assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale with this fine piece of real estate behind us. To the bidders in the crowd, thank you for coming, and I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure. And to the one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available before the commencement of the auction. As the auctioneer, I'll be indicating bids upon request and the rights to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids. If and when I decide to place those bids, I'll simply say vendor bid. This auction prohibits false bids, prohibits disruptions by bidders, attempting to prevent us from bidding, and provides fines for misconduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and this property is deemed sold, I'll absolutely take no late bids and offers beyond that point. If you're successful here today, all that I require from you is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price, and the settlement time, you pick the time frame that suits you best. But the sellers have been quite flexible here today, anywhere within the vicinity of 90 to 120 days, unless prior arrangements have been made with you beforehand. In an instance where you're bidding against vendor bids, you have two options. You're not bidding against the highest vendor bid, which means that you decrease your chances of being successful here today, as we'll get to negotiate with multiple parties afterwards. On the positive flip side, however, is that if you do bid against the highest vendor bid, you earn yourself the exclusive right to negotiate with the sellers, and statistically speaking, you increase your chances of being successful here today. Behind us, ladies and gentlemen, you've all been through the property before. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plus an additional study space. You've got multiple living zones. My favourite part of the house is the timber floorboards throughout, and also the massive kitchen in the back that leads out to the sliding doors, ladies and gentlemen, to the low maintenance backyard with the basketball court as well. Inside, ladies and gentlemen, all the finest finishes. It's been extended, renovated for you to move in straight away. It's a turnkey property, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of location, second to none. You're right next to Aldi. So if you've ever run out of nappies or milk, just run across the road to the Aldi. Never have to worry about parking in Aldi. Schools, ladies and gentlemen, you've got the best in this area. Box Hill High School zoning, which a lot of people are looking for and are highly sought after. Roberts McCubbin Primary School as well. Private schools, you've got PLC, Kingswood College just behind us, walking distance. Catholic schools, you've got St. Francis Xavier, Our Lady of Sion. And in terms of public transport, ladies and gentlemen, you've got trams, trains, buses, all within close proximity. Shopping-wise, as mentioned before, Aldi and all the restaurants on Canterbury Road and shops. Box Hill Central as well, which is undergoing a multi-million-dollar revamp. So in a couple of years, it's going to look very different and brand new. So ladies and gentlemen, enough from me. I'm sure you're here to buy and not here to hear me talk. I'm in your hands. Who would like to get the auction started with an opening bid, opening offer for number 6 Edinburgh Street in central Box Hill South now? What do you say?
1.4.
1.4, welcome to the bidding here, ma'am. At $1,400,000 now on my right hand side. At $1,400,000 right off the bat here on my right hand side now. Any bidders here, what do you say? At $1,400,000 now on my right hand side. Love to get you involved and engaged in this auction, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say now? At $1.4 million now. At 1.4 on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? At $1,400,000 now, bidders, what do you say across the road? On my right, here's your chance to bid and buy at $1,400,000. Great value buying here in the heart of Box Hill South at $1,400,000. At $1,400,000 now, ladies and gentlemen. Going to pause 3 times now, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm sure and you're sure. At $1,400,000. First call now, 1.4. Second call now at $1,400,000. For the third and final call now, 145, welcome to the bidding here now at $1,450,000 on my right hand side. At $1,450,000 now, new interest here on my right. At $1,450,000, which only means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're still in a great value buying zone. At $1,450,000, can I see a 1.5 yang to get you back in front at $1,450,000 now. At $1,450,000 behind you, ma'am. Get back in front, don't miss out now. At $1,450,000 now on my right. At 1,450 now. At 1,450,000. 1.5 million just here on the right hand side, standing next to Chen. At $1,500,000 now across the road. At $1,500,000 now across the road. Yang, what do you say now? At $1.5 million. At $1,500,000 now across the road. What do you say, Yang? At $1.5 million now. At 1.5 now, good bidding here, folks. At 1.5. Can I see you back in front, sir? At $1,500,000 now. At 1.5. 1.55 could be that knockout offer. Sorry. 155 new interest here in the front at 1,550. Back against you, Jim. What do you say now? At 1,550 now. At $1,550,000 now, Yang. What do you say? At 1,550 now. At 1,550 now. Stay next to the two cars. At 1,550. At 1,550 now. At $1,550,000 now. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4 of you in it here today at 1,550. Can I see another bid, sir, from across the road at 1,550 now? At 1,550. Ma'am, you've been with me since the beginning. Hate for you to miss out now. At 1,550. Any bids here in the back at 1,550 now? 1,580. Welcome to the bidding here, sir, at $1,580,000 now. 5 of you in it and engaged in this auction here today at $1,580,000 now. And back against you, sir, across the road. What do you say now? At 1,580 now. At $1,580,000 now. Gentlemen's offer here on my left-hand side at 1,580 now. At $1,580,000. First call now at 1,580. Second call now at 1,580. For the third and 1.6. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you in it. At $1.6 million now. At 1.6 now. At 1.6 on my right hand side. Back against you. Family of 3 at 1,600,000. Sorry.
1.61.
1.61. Thank you, Jen. At 1.61 now. At 1.610 now. At
1.63.
1.63. Thank you. Back in front, gentlemen here in front at 1.630 now. At 1.630. Good to see you back in front, sir, at 1,630 and involved at 1,630. Yang, what do you say now? At $1,630,000 now. At $1,630,000. Another 20 now. 1,650 at 1,650 now. At $1,650,000 across the road. 1,650. 5 of you engaged and involved in this auction here today at $1,650,000 now across the road. Staying next to Demi at 1,650 now. At $1,650,000 now. Back against you, Yang, at 1,650. Last time I counted, 5 people involved in this auction here today. Good competitive bidding here now is at 1,650. Could be a knockout offer at $1,650,000 now. At $1,650,000 now, holding the bid, holding the keys at 1,650 now. We're on the market and selling, ladies and gentlemen, for no better bidding here today. If there's no further bidding, you will be the lucky purchaser at $1,650,000 now. At 1,650, at $1,650,000. 10 from here, welcome to the bidding here, ma'am. At 1,660 now, 6 of you involved now at 1,660. At 1,600, and then 10, 670 now at 1,670. Sorry?
70 here.
70 here already.
So
70
80.
here. I need to see 80, sir. If you want to buy the property at 1,670 on my left-hand side. At 1,670 now.
80.
80, thank you, sir. Back in front at 1,680 now on my right. At 1,600,000. 1.7 bang. At 1.7 now. Could be the knockout offer that we're looking for. At 1.7 now on my left hand. Another 10. 171. 171 now. Gonna get your bids up with 1,720 now. 1,720. At $1,720,000 now on my right hand side. At 1,720 now. At $1,720,000 now. Can I see you back in front? At 1,720 now on my right hand side. At $1,720,000 now. At 1,720. Ma'am, what do you say? Let's try 1,750. Another 10, 1,730. Jim, what do you say now? 1,730. At 1,730. 40 back in front. 50 now, say now. Gonna get there anyway. At 1,740 now. At $1,740,000 now on the right hand side. At 1,740. At $1,740,000. At 1,740 now. At 1,740. Anything here on the right hand side? It's going a little bit quiet here. I take 5. 1,745. At $1,745,000 now.
175.
175. 1750. 1750. Round, another 5's 55. Round in bigger, 1755. 60, thank you, sir. 1760. At $1,760,000 now on the right hand side. At 176. At 1.76 now. At $1,760,000 now. Gentlemen's in front here at 17. Another 565. 70 man say Jim at 1765. 70 now back in front. 170. Let's go. Lucky number 8. 178 or 1.8 even sounds even better. At $1,770,000 now on the right hand side. At 177. At $1,770,000. Can I see us have 75 or more? At $1,770,000 now standing next to Jim here on the right hand side at 1,770. Under this here standing next to the Dream family of 4. What do you say? Let's get back in front. Don't miss out now for $5,000 at 1,770. Another 5 now, 1,775 now at 1,775. At 80 now, lucky number 8 reappearing again at 1,780. At $1,780,000 now, Demi, what do you say? At 1,780 now. At $1,780,000 now. Can I see a 90 or 1.8 now, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,780. At $1,780,000 now. Let's go to 5 stones, seems to be working. Let's put in a knockout offer. Put a little bit of distance against your competition here today. 10 now, 1,790 now, back in front. And good to see you, sir, at 1,790. We missed you at 1,790 now. At $1,790,000 now, Jim, what do you say? At 1,790 now. At $1,790,000. Another 5 now, 1,795, 1.8 is looming. Sorry? 10. Another 10, 1.805. At $1,805,000 now on the left hand side. Another 10, 15, or 1,815. At $1,815,000 now. Another 10, 25, 1,825. At $1,825,000 now on the left hand side. At 1,825. At $1,830,000 now back in front. At 1,830 with a $5,000 increment. Can I see another 10? 535 now, Jim. What are you saying to that? At $1,835,000 now. At 1,835. At $1,835,000 now on the left hand side. Can I see a 40, sir?
36.
36, $1,000 increments have come out now at 1,836. At $1,836,000 now. At 1,836. At 1,037. 37 now.
38.
38. 39 now say. At 1,809. 40. 40 now say now at 1,839. At 1,040. Thank you, sir. 1,840 now. At 41. 41. The ones don't seem to be working. Switch up your strategy. 242. 43 now say. 43. 44. 44. Who's going to go 50 now? At 1,844 now on the right hand side. At 1,844. At $1,844,000 now on the right hand side. At 1,844. 45. 45 now in the nick of time. 46. 47. 46 now on the right. 47 now say. 47. 48. 48 now. 49 now say. 49 to get you back in front at 1,848. At $1,848,000 now on the right hand side. 49 to get you back in front at 1,488. Sorry? 50, 1,850 now, 1,850. At 1,851. 51 Yang, what do you say? At 1,851, let's try 60. At $1,851,000 now on the right. At 1,851. At 1,851, on the right. What do you say, Yang? At 1,851. At $1,851,000 now. 1,851. At 1.851 now. At $1,851,000 now. At 1,851. No further interest from the crowd. We will be selling away to the highest bidder here currently on the right hand side at 1,851. At $1,851,000 now, ladies and gentlemen. No late bids. No late offers now at $1,851,000. Just going to make sure.
55.
55 now, 1,855. At 1,855, Jim, what do you say now? 56. At 1,856. At $1,856,000 now. At 1,856. At $1,856,000 now. plenty of buyers here today, which only means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is prime real estate in a prime location at $1,856,000, which only means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. You need to stretch yourself. Purchase this property here today at $1,856,000, and if you ever decide to sell this property in the near future or in the long term, ladies and gentlemen, we will be able to recreate a similar situation with just as many bidders, but obviously the price will be a lot higher at $1,856,000 now. On my right hand side, Yang, can I see you back in front at $1,856,000 now? Need to know now. Give it one last shot, sir, at $1,856,000 now. At $1,856,000. Let's try 60 or another $1,000 increment to get you back in front now. You've been with me all the way. Hate for you to miss out on the property here now for $1,000 bid. At $1,856,000 now. $1,856 now. I know everyone's stretching the limits. This is the part it hurts where, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the part that counts at $1,856,000 now. In 5-10 years' time, you're not even going to remember the price that you paid at auction, with capital appreciation over the next coming years, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,856,000 now. On my right hand side, no late bids, no late offers. Need to know now. Going to call it 3 times now. First call now at $1,856,000. Second opportunity now at $1,856,000 for the third and final call now at $1,856,000. Ladies and gentlemen, just going to make sure doing our due diligence for our vendors here today and making sure there's no last minute bidders here now at $1,856,000. And make sure I haven't missed anyone here today at $1,856,000. No late bids, no late offers now. Get ready to celebrate, sir. Get ready to miss out on the bidders. On the phone now, seeking instructions, need to know now. Give you that opportunity at $1,856,000 now. I understand it's a big decision to make here, ladies and gentlemen, but it's an easy decision to make. This property here in the best location of Buxton South, they call it the Golden Mile, at $1,856,000 now. On my right hand side, 500 at $1,856,500 now. $500 increase has come out. Everyone that just bid into the pocket now. At $1,857,000 now. At Woolly, just across the road, ladies and gentlemen. Surrey Park as well. Enjoy all the best that Box Hill has on offer. Another 557.5 at $1,857,500. 58 now, 1858 at $1,858,000 now. Can I see a 60, sir? At 1558 at 1858 at $1,858,000 now. 500, another 558.5 at $1,559 at $1,859,000 now. On my right hand side, 1.86 is looming. Let's get there, sir. At 160 now, at 1860 at 1860 now. At $1,860,000 now, Jim, what do you say? At 500, 1860, 500 now. It's between the two of you. It's like a ping pong match at the moment with 5,000 or 500, may I say, and $1,000 bids. At $1,860,500. On the right hand side now, at 1860,500. At $1,860.5. On the right now. Back against you, sir, now at 1,860,500 now. Can I see another 500 to get you back in front? You're shaking your head multiple times during this auction, sir. I'm not sure if I can believe you anymore. At 1,860,500. Can I see another 500, sir? You ready to miss out now for a $500 increment? Purchases here on the right hand side. Maybe you can tell your friends you purchased the property on a $500 bid. It's not the first time it's happened. At 1,860,500. Don't miss out now at 1,860,500. I wish I had more properties like this for sale, but there can only be one lucky purchaser here today. One of you will be walking away with the keys and the signed contracts here today. The rest of you will be walking away with the brochures at 1,860,500. On the right hand side now, In or you out now, you're on the phone seeking instruction. What's your partner saying? Bid with strength now, bid with confidence. Look at how many bidders he had here today. At 1,860,500 on the right hand side. Further, you're buying prime real estate now, ladies and gentlemen. Behind us here at 1,860,500. All out, thank you for your participation. Get ready to celebrate. Get ready to miss out now at 1,860,500. First call now at 1,860,500. Second opportunity now at 1,860,500. Another 561 in the nick of time now at 1,861. At $1,861,000 now. So you saw how long it took for them to get the bid out?
500.
Another 500, 61, 500. My suggestion would be to put in a knockout offer so they don't come back with another 500 at 1,861, 500 at 1,861,500 now. At 1,861, 500. Yang, what do you say now? Not sure if I can believe you anymore when you tell me you're out. At 1,861,500 down on the right hand side. Let's go 62 or more. At 1,861,500 on the right hand side. What do you say, Yang? At 1,861,500. At 1,861,500. All out. This is probably the fourth time you've told me this. Are you sure? How about you try it again another fifth time? At 1,861,500. At 1,861,500. Sure. Gonna call it 3 times and sell now. No late bids, no late offers. As I said before, once the property has been knocked down, it will be deemed sold and be back onto the marketplace. Looking for more homes at 1,861,500. First call now at 1,861,500. Second call now at 1,861,500. For the third and final call now at 1,861,500. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property, and we look forward to talking to you after the auction. At 1,861,500, this property is selling. This property is.
Hi there.
Sorry.
1863.
863, 1863 here in the nick of time at 1863 at $1,863,000 now. I thought I was about to get attacked there at $1,863,000 back against you, Jim. At 1863 now. Another 500, 1,635. At 1,863,500, sir. Need to know now. At 1,863,500, just the two of you now. $500 increment, sir. Can I see another increment from you, sir? 2,000? Another 500? 500, 1,864. 1,864, Jim, at 186, sorry? 500, 1,864, 500. At 1,864, 500. 1,864, 500, James. Thank you for your assistance. At 1,864, 500 now. At 1,864, 500 on the right hand side. On the bidders here on my left. At 1,864, 500. At 1,864, 500 now. On the right. At 1,864, 500, sir. Need to know now. At 1,864, 500. Just the two of you now. In or you out now, going to let me know now. At 1,864, 500. At 1,864, 500. Just put in a bid if you're still in it. Otherwise, we will be selling away to the highest bidder here on the right hand side at 1,864,500, sir. 1,864,500. Can I see another 5, sir? All out. Ready to miss out, sir? Great. All done. Thank you for your participation, sir. At 1,864,500. Nearly had it. Nearly had it here now, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,864,500. First call now at 1,864,500. Second call now at 1,864,500. For the third and final call now at 1,864,500. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property. We're at 1,864,500. This property is selling. This property is selling. Are you sure you're out, sir? This property is Put your hands together to the new purchases of number 6, Edinburgh. Another 500, 1865. At $1,865,000, 1865. Back against you, sir. Can I see another 500? At 500 now. Another 500 back against you, Granny and Yang. At 1865, 500 now. At 1,865,500 on the right hand side. At 1865, 500 now. At 1,865,500 on the right hand side. Yang, Granny, need to know now. Gonna get your bids out quicker. At 1,867. At 1,867 now. At 1,867, Jim, what do you say now? At 1,867. At 1,867 now. 1,867. Holding the bid next to Granny here at 1,867. At 1,806. Another 500. 1,867, 500 now. At 1,867, 500. At 1,867, 568. Another 500 at 1,868 now. 1,868, 1.87 is looming. 500, 68, 500 at 1,868, 500 now, Granny. What do you say now? 1,868, 500. I think maybe the loan just got approved. At 1,868, 500. Well, they were able to secure more financing from the partners on the phone. Sorry.
69.
69, 70 may I say. 1,869. 500, 69, 500 at 1,869, 500. Granny, what do you say now? 70 now at 1,870. At 1,870 now, 1,870, 500, 70, 500, 1,871, 71, 72 may I say, 71 here, 500, 71, 72, 73 may I say, 72, 72, 1,872 now. At $1,872,000. 1,872 is the first time I've seen you hesitate now in this auction at 1,872. At 1,872 now, highest bidding here. Bid with me all the way. Hate you to miss out on $500 increment now. At 572 and a half. At 1,872 and a half. 73. 73 now. Let's go 75, sir. At 575. 74, 74, Jim, what do you say now? 1,874. 500, 74 and a half. At 1,874 and a half. Let's go 75, 75, 76. That's 175, 575 and a half. 76, 76 back against you, Jim. Another 500, 76, 77, 77 now, 77, 78, 77 and a half, 78, 78, 78 now at 1,878. At 1,878,000. 500. 500, 78 and a half. 79, 79, 1,879. At 1,879 now. At 1,879. 500, 1,879, 500, 1.88. At $1,880,000 now. 188. Let's try 1,888. Let's go 888, sir. At $1,880,000 now. 500 now, 180 and a half. At 188 and a half. At 1,880 and a half now on the right hand side. At 1.88 and a half. At 1,880, 500. Let's go 8,000, sir. 1.888. Lucky number 8, sir. And secure the property of your dreams here today at 1,880,500. How about you, sir? You can bid on top of your last bid as well and round it off on a lucky number for your lucky purchase here today at 1,880,500. Granny, anything here on my left-hand side? Need to know now. You were bidding very quickly before. You've just slowed down, sir. What do you say? You've told me you've been out of this auction about 6 times today. At 1,880,000. Let's make it 7, sir. At $1,880,000, 500. Are you sure? Shaking the head. Yang, anything here on my left-hand side? At 188,500. You're still here, which indicates to me you might still have interest for the property. The body language says no. Anything here? Granny, what do you say? At 1,880,500. Holding the bid here now at 1,880,500 now. Got your permission to sell. You're ready to miss out. No late bids, no regrets, ladies and gentlemen. back onto the marketplace on Monday, getting callbacks from real estate agents for properties that are inferior to this at 1,880,500. First call now at 1,880,500. Second call now at 1,880,500. For the third and final call now at 1,880,500. Gonna sell it now, ladies and gentlemen, in about 5 seconds. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property. We're at 1,880,500. This property is selling. This property is selling. This property is sold. Congratulations. Commiserations to the underbidders. Welcome to the neighbourhood. And enjoy your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for attending another Buxton auction.